All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash, Brakatham. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, the Ruel, and the salute and the Shalom to all the Akim that are out here laboring, pushing this truth in all sincerity and in truth. This lesson is about a dream I had last night. It was a dream of Second Ezra's, the second chapter, and the 42nd verse, on down to I think the 47th verse. Let's see. Yep, I had a dream of the elect being crowned. And let's see, real quick. Yep, so I had a dream of the elect being crowned, and it was on a humongous chariot, man. It was on a humongous chariot, man. And it was and the floor of the chariot was made of a white and black stone, okay, but the middle was made out of I think that's let me see, out of, is it, I believe it's hematite. Let me see. Hematite. Let's see. Yeah, the middle of the floor was of hematite stone, all right, of black hematite. And I seen all of the elect, right? I couldn't hear what was being said, but all of the elect were arrayed in white, right? You had the women and the children in the back, right? The elect were all in the front, and they were all being crowned. And man, and every member of the elect was tall, very tall, man. They got their old stature back. And that was the coronation ceremony that I had. And the inside of the chariot was of onyx stone. The inside was made of onyx. This is Ancient Manner and Customs, 2 Kings 11 and 2. It's just like it, 2 Kings 11 and 12. And he brought forth the king's son and put the crown upon him and gave him the testimony. Yeah, and the women and the children of the elect were in the back. They had on white, right? And inside of the chariot, it was low light. It was a low light, man, but it felt holy, man. It felt holy. It felt holy, man. And I haven't had a dream that vivid in years. I haven't had a dream that vivid in probably 6 years, man. But it say 2 Kings 11 and 12, it says, and he brought forth the king's son and put the crown upon him and gave him the testimony. And they that made him king and anointed him. And they clapped their hands and said, Yahweh save the king. We have here noted the most important ceremonies connected to, God says, connected with the coronation of a Hebrew king, right? Coronation. Coronation ceremony is this. A coronation ceremony is the formal, often deeper, traditional act of placing a crown upon a new monarch's head, officially installing them as king, right? Now, let's say this is 2 Chronicles 23 and 1. And in the 7th year of Jehoiada strengthened himself and took the captains of hundreds, Azariah, the son of Jehoram, and Ishmael, the son of Jehohanan, and Azariah, the son of Obed, and Masaiah, the son of Adiah, and Elishaphat, the son of Zikri, into covenant with him. It says the crown was put upon him. We have no definite knowledge of the shape of the crowns which were worn by the Hebrew kings. The original word used is the same. It says the original word used here is the same it's the same that is used to denote the diadem of the high priest, which was a plate of gold tied around the head with a ribbon. Exodus 39 and 31 to 30. It's like Exodus 39 and 30 to 31. It says, and they made the plate of the holy crown of pure gold, and wrote upon it a writing like the engraving of a signet, holiness to Yahweh, because it says holiness to Yahweh Shemashah. And they tied it. It says, and they tied unto it a lace of blue to fasten it on high upon the mitre, as Yahweh commanded Moses, right? Doubtless there were other forms of crowns, as other words used in various passages. They gave him in the testimony, that is, they made him They made to him a formal presentation of a manuscript roll of the divine law as an indication that this was to be his guide in administrating the government. They anointed him. This was not done in every case of coronation, and from the expression, they made him king. This precedes the statement of his anointing. It has been inferred that the essential parts of the coronation ceremony were those connected with the crown and the testimony, the anointing of the founder of a dynasty being considered all that was necessary so long as the succession was unbroken in his family. Saul was thus anointed. 1 Samuel 10:1. Right now, the elect have already been anointed. They've been anointed about this truth, man. They've been anointed with this truth, man. They've been anointed. They have been spiritually anointed by. They've been spiritually anointed by Yahweh Shema Shai to understand this. To understand this truth, man. First Samuel 10:1. Then Samuel took a vial of oil and poured it upon his head and kissed him and said, "It is not because Yahweh hath anointed thee. Is it not because Yahweh hath anointed thee to be king over his? It says to be captain over his inheritance." And also, it says, and so also was David. 2 Samuel 2:4. David made king over Judah. It says, but I'll start up at 3. And his men that were with him did bring up David. It says, did David bring up every man with his household, and they dwelt in the cities of Hebron. And the men of Judah came, and it says, and there they anointed David king over the house of Judah. And they told David, saying, the men of Jabesh Gilead were there that buried Saul. Right? Solomon was likewise anointed. 1 Kings 1:39. It says, but I started at 38. So Zadok the priest, and Nathan the prophet, and Benaiah the son of Jehoiada, and the Cherethites and the Pelethites went down and caused Solomon to ride upon King David's mule, and brought him to Gihon. And Zadok the priest took an horn of oil out of the tabernacle and anointed Solomon. And they blew the trumpet, and all the people said, Elohim save King Solomon. Right? Now, let's get 2nd Esdras real quick. Second Esdras 2:41 on down says, the number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of Yahweh Shema Shai, that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number. And they all praised Yahweh Shema Shah with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. Right? So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh Shema Shah. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Right, man. And they all had palms in their hands too, man. All of the elect had palms in their hands, man. And they were getting crowned. It say, Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowned them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said to me, It is the Son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah. See, man? Because what does 2 Timothy 4:7 say? 2 Timothy 4:7-8, it says, I have fought a good fight, I have finished my course, I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which Yahweh Shah, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing. Right, man? Right, man, and the floor of the chariot was moving, man. The floor of the chariot was alive, man. It was moving. Man, it was moving like water, man. It was moving like water. I was just looking at it like, wow. I was like, this is a chariot, man. It was humongous, man. It was humongous. It was beautiful on the inside, man. All of the elect had on white, man. Man, and the elect wives and sons and daughters, man, had on white, man. Everybody was smiling, man. Everybody was smiling, man. Man, everyone was smiling, man, with a smile that I've never seen before, man. It was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. All right, Jake, man, hopefully this was edifying, man, and hopefully hopefully this lesson and my dream, it boosted up your faith, man. Jake, we almost home, man. We must stay strong, and we must continue to push and serve Yahweh Shema Shah enthusiastically, man. So with that, I say shalom.